I took that footage today as a bird slow-mo. What a beautiful day it was, man. God gave us such a beautiful day. 68,420 for Bitcoin as we start the night here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I know you like the pink. I know you're liking the pink. Shout out to everybody here. Everybody likes it. I should, oh man, I'm going to start Saturday night wrong. Just so wrong. Everybody likes it pink. No, I'm talking about when you go to the steakhouse and you order your steak. They always ask me, do you want pink in the middle? I'm like, of course. I want it pink. Like, stupid. Well, I look at them almost like, oh, yeah, ask me that, you know. I'm just joking around. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Miami Vice Colors here. We're here in Florida, man. You can be florally. If you're in the trading group, we talked about a possible pump here on Bitcoin. We went long at the low. Then we got the pump here, pump there. We did eventually get the pump to the upside. I still am long with the stop loss at break even. Not exciting, but 68,400, kind of the highest we've been all day. Let's take a look at the week as at the daily candle close, and deep just continuing to rip as I told you it would, baby. This thing is gone, baby, gone on the sauce, up 345 since we first looked at it. Even this little flag that I just put out, what, like 20 hours ago, this thing is up 21%. Gains, baby, gains for deep. And SUI continue to do damage. Deep will follow, as it's a SUIJAK, and it's very low in market cap. We'll continue to give you bangers like this if you continue to pay attention to my channel and show us the love. You know, even right now, I have to be honest, the 15-minute, and I sold my deep. I sold it all. I had a little bit. I swung traded. But that looks like it could continue to pump here for gains. 14%. I would watch that tonight. If anything's hot, deep is hot. Stochastics 21, making a flag. Hey, that's what I look at many, many times. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We got 537 beautiful souls here, 137 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. We got SUI. Let's take a look at SUI. I mean, if deep is pumping, you think SUI would be doing damage as well. Is it time to go all in on SUI? One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. So, one more. You don't say more, but you gotta say mom. One more time. One more time. But, you know, I still see the 3-day coming to the 21-day moving average, whether it's sideways or further to the downside. I feel like we really hit our peak for SUI, and we're going to slowly melt onto the downside. I could be wrong. Maybe we just pump out of nowhere, but it just looks unlikely. I'm going to stick to, catching the swing low. Exactly what my man just said. Exactly what my person there just said. Yeah. 100x long at 68. I feel good about it. It's my biggest trade yet. Wow. If I was already up, I'd probably be taking the money if I was 100x at 68.3 right now. But it all depends. Let's take a look at BTC and break it down. Still loving what happened with Deep. And we put it out right here when it first came out on the channel. You can go back to the timestamp. We have it. We have proof of giving you this call down here. Or not even giving the call, but at least just exploring this and finding out what this was. And then people are like, what? Boom. And so there's going to be more coins like this. It's about to do a 6x. Unbelievable what we're seeing here. Shout out to the new subscriber. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate everyone. We're on our way to 4,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. Hit the like button on your way in. It is greatly appreciated. You will be rewarded in karmatic energy for sending energy my way, hitting that like button. Shout out to my man, Crypto Billy in the house. God bless you. It's time. It's Crypto Billy time. That's what time it is. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. God bless you. BTC 4-minute ascending triangle on the 15-minute golden cross on the 1 hour for engine coming. There's a lot of coins that look absolutely hot. And it's interesting. The old coins were hot. You know, we had sand, engine, mana, the metaverse starting to show signs of love. Look at this shoulder, head, right shoulder. You got tight inside the flag and boom, boom, boom. You know, I put $100,000 into Solana at 109. I am up $50,000 on my 100 grand. I mean, to be up a 50 grand on 100 grand, it's a great feeling because you took a big shot, right? That's probably one of the biggest shots I ever took when it comes to besides BTC. But again, Bitcoin gave me, without Bitcoin, I never would have been able to make the soul trade. Bitcoin freed me from the shackles of, and gave me an ability to be free. It gave me a savings worth having. You know what I'm saying? I got to tell you, man, cryptocurrency saved my life, and it might just, who knows what it could do for you. I just got to tell you what it did for me. I'll never be the same because of crypto, baby. I mean, that was a huge pump for Solana. You would think it would have to kind of get a bit of a pullback. Look at like what even the third, if you look at every single time frame, they look so extended. Wow, that was a crazy pump. Definitely a short squeeze. They definitely just squeezed the short. So you can see, look, shoulder, head right there, caught with the handle. It was written for you there on the 10-minute time frame. 15-minute looked bullish as well. We got to set up on Solana, right? Because I've been looking at Solana here. Looks like it's going to break out big. It's only a matter of time. Solana going to do damage. And I like Sol BTC too. As Bitcoin continues to make gains, Sol always follows up. And so if you were in Sol right now, look, it crossed the 200-day on the and it crossed it and then retested the 200-day on the daily. Looks like you can do something like this here. I like what I'm seeing here for Sol. So cool. Amazing. I'm impressed. Nice job. You had to show me that, right? Wow, you did it again. Nice job. Good for you, baby. Wow. Wow. Have a great night. I love you, sweetheart. Oh, that's so nice of you. My 3.5-year-old man knows how to tell her daddy she loves him, man. She is a gem. My kids are gems. I am blessed with the best children on earth, man. I really am. They were so good today. We went out to a little Italian dinner in the St. Armand Circle. So sad, if anyone knows, Siesta Key, Sarasota, St. Armand Circle devastated. 90% of the restaurants closed. 90% of the businesses just completely, they're in the middle of renovation. I don't know if they'll come back. But just it's just a beautiful shopping center. Everything was all lovely, and it just completely just out of commission. Maybe 4 or 5 restaurants open. That was it. Unbelievable, But wow, could this continue to pump? I mean, it just crossed the daily 200 MA. Get a little, I would love to see it just get resistance, come back down one more time, 152, because that would be a good load up point for your memes before Sol starts to take off, and then the meme, and then the whole ecosystem. They will follow the big boy over time. And look, you came to the bottom of the range, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look at that inverted head and shoulder that hasn't broken yet. 1, 2, and a 3. That's about to rip. And you got a measured move. So many, exact same, pretty similar to the ascending. It's 207. So it's telling us a $200 Solana is coming somewhere by mid-November. Hey, mark that. Let's see if that comes true. I can't wait to come back mid-November and be like, $200 Solana. And that would be awesome. It would be 25% gains, 40 on 60. Nice and even right there. And we just crossed 160 for Sol, baby. And I ain't hating on that, as I am a, consider myself a pretty, firm believer in Sol the way I'm investing in it. So altcoins are taking off, and that's a beautiful thing. Saturday night altcoin takeoff. Bitcoin held sideways all day, never lost 68,000. Actually, Bitcoin's kind of doing a slow pump tonight. 68,440. We may even get to 68.5 in a second here. There is more liquidity to the upside than to the downside. There is big red at 67.7. It's any man's game here. You can't really get much of a read, but there is something to the upside there. So to me, that would be I would start taking profits. The 1 hour is just too far away from the 21-day moving average. It looks a little unsustainable. Again, that beautiful flag. See, that's why I just, the 15-minute right there. If you just got in that flag, stop loss there, take the length of the pole for gains. I mean, you just would have hit. Target hit, 3-1, walked away. Simple as it simple does. Couple hours of waiting, making gains. So weekend pumps will be more ubiquitous coming forward. Ubiquitous means, like, you know, you'll see it a lot. It's something that happens a lot. Like McDonald's are ubiquitous on corners of Manhattan streets, you know. Having many presents. Had some sweets. Nacho had to retrace soon, right? I guess so. Nacho's still pumping? Enjoy and listen when finished baseball, yeah. Love, Sammy. Thank you for all you give me in the trading. All the coins up. The amount of knowledge and the discipline I give back to you, man. God bless you, man. You got it. We knew Alpha Wolf was going to pump. That was the hot one. And I went over it many times, gave the alerts. We went over it in my trading group so many times. And there you are for more gains. Guys, I'm going to make sure you guys haven't even seen nothing yet. If you've been in the trading group and you haven't really seen the all onslaught that we put on, it's going to be fun. Just put on your seatbelt and get ready. All right. Tholana. Many coins coming to the 200 MA on the daily. Injective looks closest. All right. Should retrace get in there. Interesting. Flag on the 15-minute looking to print. Amen. Tian Pepe looking for the altcoin on Kraken. I think you talked about it in the past. Mike Lee. They're not ready. Amen. Yeah. This is my first bull run. I'm so excited to be in the best trading group of the game. Shout out to Jacob Sheets, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. So back to the 21 is coming. Overbought stochastics in the 15-minute. 1 hour time frame as well. Overbought. I mean, to me, that just unsustainable move. Has to come back a little bit. So if I was thinking of getting into Solana, I'd wait for the 1 hour to flag out some way, some form here. Some way, somehow, and get to that 21-day moving average. Just a little unsustainable. Unless we go on some moon mission, but to me, that's unlikely. Like this. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Hand clapping for that. Just beautiful. Just nonstop. As new people hear about it, oh, it's really, really tiny market cap. So people aren't scared to just ape in but we knew about it here. Right here. Okay. All right, moving forward. I got to change it up, actually. That's what I do sometimes. So let's take a look here at BTC and break it down. We're going to look at the daily close and, yeah, have some fun. Saturday night, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. My day was just absolutely stupendous. One of the best days I've ever had. It just, when I look back on what a beautiful day it was just awesome. Blessings to be in Florida. Blessings to be with each and every one of you. Just everything in my life feels like a blessing. So I want to take these days in. People always say, you'll remember these days with your kids. These and so I mean, look at how the 2 hour aggressively wants to pump. Anyway, we're going to break it all down. Remove the moving averages. Take a look at the weekly. Real Infinite Crypto. Any idea why CASP has not moved up along with the market? Do you think along looks good on it? Honestly, they did a horrible job. They botched that meme. You know what I mean? A lot of you can't. I'm a very critical guy. That got under my skin. So we'll take a look at it though. I hope it didn't lose a key area. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of people are bailing. There's a lot of negative talk in the Caspa community. I also think someone got a little political who was one of the guys, the first devs, and I think it's not a good idea to do that. Yeah, I think he swung like a kind of a way that wasn't, again, who knows? I shouldn't even say it because I love Caspa. I believe the tech will come through. Over time, it will make itself right. Well, little hiccups in the road there. That's what I've been seeing on Twitter a little bit, but even kind of being rude to some of the biggest Casper followers. But we'll see. Who knows? I don't want. I guess now I don't want to be involved. So that's the one thing, man. I avoid the drama in crypto. I do a good job. I was like in the knee thick of it, and I still just avoided it. So 60,000, right? 68,000, where this candle would close or open at 68,250. I just want to close the weekly candle above that. If we do that tomorrow night, beautiful. All right, that would be extracurricular. 67,200 is all we need, though. All right, and we got that so far. Looks like a good likely chance we close above it, but you know, anything. Bitcoin can definitely move $1,000, so we'll see. It's going to take some time, but right now we're in good shape. Right now we're in good shape for BTC to close above 67,002. And if it closes above 68,000, so be it. But we really want to close above 68,250, and we can kind of stretch our legs out to 69.7, and then to basically there's 2 all-time highs, guys, on the weekly. There's 2 places. Remember, 71.5 is really the last. We close above 71.5, then that will be the highest the candle ever closes on the weekly. We are so dang close. We are $3,500 away from a candle that could close the highest Bitcoin's ever closed. And Bitcoin easily makes moves. Look, it's a $5,000 candle in a week so far. 55.33, 8.8%. Look at that, 55.3388. If that's not strange, you tell me what is. Anyway, let's go to the 3-day. Bullish, 3 white soldiers, shoulder, head, shoulder, head, right shoulder. We've talked about this. We've gone over it many, many times so far. Playing out exactly as planned. That target takes you to 80,000 BTC, and somewhere by like basically 80K by Halloween, and we want it now. Like, we want a Halloween rally, and we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait any longer. We want it, and we want it now. We desire it to occur as soon as humanly possible. Make it happen. No. So now the only thing is, look, as I said before, the daily away from the 21-day moving average. A little sketchy, and let's take a look at our daily. It opened at 68,427 and 99 cents. The high was 68,693 and 26 cents. The low was 68,010 cents even, and we closed at 68,378, down $50 on the day. So the whole day went up and down. We did wick up, we did wick down. It was kind of volatile, but we'd only lose $50, 0.07. Basically a flat day, a nothing burger, as the event opened at 38.77 and closed at 38. So it opened at 68,377. If you think about this, 68,377, and closed at 68,388. The low is 377 too, which is crap. 99. So it opened on the low. It opened and then started going up and never went. So it opened on the low of the day. The low and the open were the exact same price. Doesn't always happen, right? Interesting. And the high was 68,446 on the day. Almost hit that 68.5. So here's what the dilemma is, we're just far away from the 21. And it tells me that we'd have to kind of get some type of flag pullback. But in bullish times, we will just, continue to pump. But we won't, it's unlikely we're going to go straight up. So I still see sideways or downward price action for Bitcoin after that 69,000 tap. You're getting overbought with some bearish div, right? 12-hour definitely has bearish divergence. You got downtrends on the RSI, but you're trending up on the price action. Now, that's bearish divergence, if I've ever seen it. And the 12 hours is a pretty big time for him to have divergence on. MACD's extended. Everything makes sense that we could get a pullback here, right? RSI is extremely kind of, touching the dotted line. It's and very overbought in the stochastics. So everything is pointing to me like a possible pullback here for Bitcoin, at least to the 21, maybe a touch to it. And then we look at the 4-hour time frame, which you can see kind of almost, and I've seen this before, as crazy as it's almost, that's the half shoulder, head, right shoulder, does it end up doing? And so this is what I drew earlier today, and I said, this is what I'm watching. If it holds, it holds. If it holds, it's getting a pump to the upside here, right? So that's what, you know, and there's a chance. I mean, it is an SR flip, so like you can clearly see if you bring this down, previous resistance became support at about 68,000 even. And all day they tried to take us down there. We play with it. Couldn't do it like this. And eventually this falling wedge flattened out. And we technically kind of broke out so far. And we're just kind of wicking around over here, and you can see it. I mean, we are wicking around. 3 wicks to the upside on the 1 hour, but we're still not losing the sauce. Which way we going, right? And then look at all the other time frames beginning to roll over, kind of coming up in wedges and just kind of rolling over it a little bit. 7 minute just recently had a nice dumpage, but getting a possible golden cross. See that? I'll watch your 7 minute time frame, but you know, it's likely we go somewhat sideways. And the way we're range bound, top of the range, bottom of the range, it's just likely we come back to the top of the range. Considering we have reverse price action gone through this gap in the VRVP, and we go through this here. So see, if we get rejected, fine. But that's a point of control, 7 minute. We're about to break through that, go sideways. So I look, if you're watching, I would flag this out. And it's 8:33. You know, by 12 o'clock tonight, this flag will have broken and dumped or pumped. It says it could be 3 in the morning, I guess, but you know, somewhere between, I'd say 11 and 2, and maybe you know, possibly slightly even a little earlier, but the probability. So I would watch this flag on the 7 minute. The 7 minute is a good tell. Otherwise, we lose the 200 on the 7 minute. That's just going to continue to dump. It's very rare that we've lost the 200 when I see the 50 coming for it. It's more likely we bounce in the golden cross ensues, even though it doesn't look like that's going to happen right now. That tells me that's what's, you know, what's in. You have a lot of support here where you're kind of bouncing resistance. So we'll see what happens. And then if the 7 minute loses the 200, you got to think you're going to start to lose this key level and maybe possibly bounce back down to like 66, 750, which wouldn't be all bad. And BOOKMAP does have liquidity kind of to the downside, and it is building some moves lower. So and there we have it. BOOKMAP pretty even, Steven. So I keep the long open, but we just struggled at 68,400. And really, it's about this 7 minute and the 200 MA. Like, we got to bounce here sooner than later. If we don't, we rip through this, and then we could really start getting the dump here, and at least for a double bottom at 68,000, and we'll go from there. But you know, so I'll be watching the 7 minute. I'll be watching the 200. You got the 200 MA and the point of control. Remember, if you lose those two things, it's very likely you dump. Just like when you gain them, it's very likely you pump. So that's why the 7 minute gives us the most insight. You know, it all depends. I use different time frames all the time. But every couple of days, there's a certain time frame that gives you more information than the others just because it's about to do something closer to its relevancy, if that makes any sense. And so you use that one at that time, and it'll teach you the most. Like, this one will lose the 200 faster than anything else, right? It's right there. I mean, you probably already lost the 1 minute 200. At 1 minute is losing, which is bearish. Look, all day you've been above the 200 MA. Since the 19th here. Today at what time? Like at 2 a.m., right? 14:14. Look, the second you lost it, massive dumpage happening for BTC. But realistically, we have, look, and now the 7 is challenging that 200. It's really kind of, if it does it, it's going to drop hard. I mean, that's going to be a fast drop down to 68,000. We've been toying with these key levels for a while too. You know, resistance, chop, 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 bounce. So we're looking for a bounce here on the 7 minute, but it's not looking amazing for Bitcoin. Looking somewhat bearish. Again, low volume, messy. Today was like a pretty, you know, nothing burger day to trade for Bitcoin. It wasn't great. I just like watched the trade every once in a while. I made sure I looked at price action. But I'm at break even, just kind of waiting for a stronger move. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Stay positive every single day of your life. Remember, your mind is an engine. If you had to drive your car all the time, you'd want to keep it up ship shape. You got to drive your engine all the time, your mind. Keep it ship shape by working out. It releases endorphins and helps you cope with stress in a way you haven't ever thought you could. You actually be versatile. You'll be like kind of flexible, like a gymnast when it comes to problems in your way. You'll be able to flip right over them and use them to your advantage. Problems are key. People that didn't see the problems you've seen won't gain the skills you've gained when you get over them. You know, someone who's had to get over, issues can be stronger, not every time, but can't, the probability is there, right? So violent dump there. We hit 68,440 and just really continued to dump pretty violently back down to 68,270. And right now it's about this point of control and this trend line. Can this stuff hold? Are we going further to the downside here? This is a mess. I'd be careful taking anything too seriously, but at the same time, we have to say that's getting bearish. You're losing the 200 MA. That's a bearish sign that we could get some continuation. Levels to watch for profit taking if you're in a short is 68,170 and 68,000, which are pretty self-explanatory, but at the same time, that's what we see there on the board. All right. So Bitcoin struggling, not looking amazing. Shoulder, head, possible right shoulder gets made. We still break out of this. It's not all horrible. We'll see. These key levels, we've been dancing at 68,000 all day, and then we bounce back up here. So we were lower most of the day than we are now. So this is still kind of bullish to me. I believe it's very likely we bounce here. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just my trader instinct, but you could just kind of tell that there's not that much liquidity to take it down right now at the present moment. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bounce here on the 7. Interesting too, what I just saw that I didn't see before, but like kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, the slanted head and shoulder, and it told you we're gonna dump. Bearish divergence, and we're gone. So it's pretty bearish. It had some, a lot of bearish undertones to it. So we'd like to see if this can bounce back, if we can kind of hang on to this position here. And that's kind of what we're going to know. And that's what I love about the 7 minute, it will close, then this will happen, or this will happen, or, but definitely maybe in a half an hour at the very most, 2 hours at the very most, usually like less than that. We'll have a flag ready to go, or we won't, and we'll see, we'll reassess the situation. That's what I really like about it. I wouldn't trade any other way except for the weight I'm showing you. I wouldn't trade any other way. You got to play defense for the best offense sometimes. You got to know when to turn it on and turn it off. It's a battle. Every trader struggles with on a general basis. Okay, moving into memes. Looked at some memes this morning and some, other altcoins too as well. I see this as an Adam and Eve. It's PP. No, I'm just joking. Trump with hat. I just feel like Trump with hat may get some damage over time. It's in an Adam and Eve. You never know. They did lock the liquidity. It's tiny though. So very small coin. If it goes to $3 million market cap, it can 10x. SUI memes. So we went over SUI, kind of what we think of SUI. And can we back up the same idea here and look at SEI? So SEI continues to hold this channel. The 3-day chart doesn't look amazing. I'll give it to you. But as we continue to wait for this to kind of transform, the Stokes and the daily have transformed. And this is 1, 2, 3 higher lows in a row. Bit of a cup and handle. I just like what I'm seeing here for this coin. And, as long as we stay above the 200 MA in this trend line, SEI looks great to me for 89% gains to 83 cents. Still in the running, still looking good. Nothing has really changed. Slightly tweaked the chart either last night or this morning, but it's basically, still holding strong, still above the 200 MA. That's all we're looking for Bitcoin. Posted a bunch of altcoins today in the trading group. Hope you guys saw those. All right, working diligently to keep you guys up to date and make sure you kind of compare it to something you're looking at. Get that education. All right. Can you check Aleo? Yeah. Nacho Trading View. Yeah. Appreciate you, Sammy. God bless you, brother. Thank you. I made 12x on engine. Thank you, Sammy, for getting me this far. God bless you, brother. I'm at the gym, Sammy. Get me, man. Oh, I think we looked at Doge the second this stream began. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Don't get me started over here. Can you check TIA? Shout out to Hemza. We love you, man. You're all right. You're all right. I'm at the gym, Sammy. Got me pumped. Like I dropped set. Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. 4 hours very oversold. Yeah, SCI wants to bounce again too above the 200 MA. And it's kind of shoulder, head and shouldery. But it's also making that rounded bottom. That higher low. There's a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, baby. Let's go. And it's starting to consolidate nicely. You know I'm heavy in there. So took all my gains from SUI and threw them into SCI. SUI and Aptos are both using Move, which allows them to be cross-chain competitive via Cetus. The teams were initially part meta before leaving the splitting of the app and SUI. Quite fascinating. Oh, that tastes amazing. Oh my gosh, that tastes amazing. Rounded bottoms pay the bills. I bought this coin called Dank. It's been running hard, but it's tiny though. Yeah. Everybody liking this new coin, Roar. Tiny market cap, man, though. I don't know. You know, tiny. That's on Wrapped ETH. I don't know if it's somewhere else either. I think it would be on Solana, but that's Roaring Kitty right there. Baby tiger. That's ridiculous. I don't think we looked at Dogecoin. No, we did not. No. Thoughts on Boot indeed, yeah. Love the weekend shows, man. I've been using Deck Screener for before. You know what? Everyone else was using Deck Tools for years, and I was using Deck Screener. And then everyone came to Deck Screener, and now that's what everybody uses. But I was using Deck Screener, mark my words, before all the OGs, before anyone. Everyone used Deck Tools. Nobody used Deck Screener. They really didn't. It was like black and white. People didn't know what it was. I found it one day and thought it was hot and started using it before everybody else, right? These are your Solana memes, man. You got A-Dog, Hippo, you know, Sudang. Everyone thinks it's going to go to $1 billion. It's a $100 million market cap. There's my coin, Deep, man, Deep. That thing's been soaring. Absolutely soaring. And that was, we first, you know, funny, decentralized exchanges and MEXC both got it at the same time. So whether you got it on Jupiter, a decentralized exchange, or MEXC, you're in the game. This thing's ripping to the upside, right? Aleo, when you get the chance, Chief, amen, yeah. Yeah, I was using newspapers before the internet to check asset prices. No, I'm not saying it just, back in the day, nobody used Dex Screen. I'm just trying to tell you, like, I used to go to the site and then I'd watch other YouTubers, but then everyone was on Dex Tools. And I just thought it was weird. I was like, I guess I'm, you know, and I don't really know why I picked Dex Screener. It just seemed cleaner to me than Dex Tools. It was easier for me to see things sometimes. Yeah. I was using Room. Yeah, exactly. I was using Bitcoin when I was in the womb. So as expected, we're looking to see if Bitcoin can get back above this 200 and hold this pattern here in the next hour to 2 hours. That's going to be very important in my trading group. You're in there. That's something you really want to see. You want to make sure that we get back above this key level and we hold it. We must hold that key level. Okay? I like your suit. Thank you, man. Hey, Sammy. Hope you're well, bro. Got a tiny one for you. DGen move on SUIJAK. Yeah, we know SUIJAK. Yeah. We know SUIJAK. We'll take a look at it for you, though. And see, look, it's all working out. I don't know why sometimes it plays. Market cap. Yeah, I mean, that's a tiny market cap. So you're like, but I don't know, man. A lot of these tried to have it, and they didn't. Now they're kind of, you got to really believe in it. I don't know if I'm ready to believe in a SUI meme that is barely moving right now when there's a lot more, like Solana's pumping. So only time will tell. And you're not chasing at this point. You're near the 786 Fibonacci level. And if SUI lives on, but I do see SUI pulling back, and I think you're going to be pleasantly. And you know what's crazy is then SUI will go on a run. So even if this is hot, if SUI pulls back, this is going to do this long, and then it's going to probably moon. But I think we'll have some time to accumulate if SUI pulls back. That's what I think. It's speculative. We'll find out. All right, but that's what we'll see. I was using Bird Eye. Bird Eye's all right, yeah. Hey, Sam, it's better to trade altcoins only with a small trading account. You do whatever makes you happy. I would never tell you what to do with it about anything. Yeah. Funny. Cash Jack, I missed that last night. You're funny. You did there. Interesting. And, you gave me so much, Sammy. I cannot express the appreciation. God bless you, man. Thank you. So, Dogs, people keep talking about it. I'm not a fan for some reason. It doesn't call my name. I don't know why. Something makes me kind of wear away from it. I don't know why. Z-Sync, up 7% on the week, Celestia, back at 584. Not doing too bad. I have a pretty big bag. Solana, 159. Notcoin, always been on my radar there. I like trading that one. Lumia, new one out there, up 36%. MYRO might come back after the little pullback there. Ton coin above 5. And these are the most searched coins. 20 coins, top 20 coins searched the last 7 days. Mavia getting searched a lot. Omnia Protocol Turbo. All right. And then the most visited coins in the last 7 days. IO.net, Layer, Celestia, Solana, Stark.net, Egan Layer, Blast Royale, Noob, SUI, Lumia, Puffer, Finance, Dogs, Bitcoin, Toncoin. Just so you know, and gosh, Bitcoin taking one of those slots as well. Sammy, congratulations, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. The watch is cool. I bought it for a second, and then after like a day, you're kind of just like, you know what it is? I've gotten so much feedback from the people giving me like, hey, man, thank you for what you did for me. And the first time I was like, wow, and it hit me hard. The second time, and then it happens now, daily, every couple of days, someone writes me a heartfelt email or tells me how I changed their life. The live stream, someone does it every day. PS5, you're always giving me the love. And what happens is when you keep getting that type of reaction in life, the first time you're like, wow. The second time you start kind of falling in love in it, just like people fall in love with, shopping, or people fall in love with bling, and people fall in love with that. Same thing in the material world. And that takes over, and it makes you really high. And I'll be honest, and it creates endorphins. And I've done it so many times. Like so many people have said, oh, and as they're telling me their story, I'm like, my endorphins, I get high off that. I really do. It's a natural occurrence, a natural high. Look at, they got ATH, my baby Ether right now, and a layout. And what happens is you get so addicted to that high, you kind of drift off, from the inner body wants and more into this like feeling of how you change the lives with your energy. And this group has kind of taught me so much more about like what real wealth is. You can obtain the wealth, but can you be wealthy? And they're almost two different things in a way. Super chats, Kaz and Peasy. All right. We got the bounce so far on the 7 minute as I'm expecting we should get. We'll see if it continues and follows through. Let's take a look at Casper. I would expect to pull back here on Solana. Too far from the 21-day moving average. Simple is as simple does. Take profits, don't, It always has to be the one for everybody. That's the problem. Casper's still fine. As I said to everybody, it's holding a higher low. I said this, you want to kind of take deep breaths here. Look at on the 3-day chart. It's very oversold. This is a perfect time to buy Casper, in my humble opinion. 12.8, awesome. Starting to bounce. Everyone said, last week, yesterday, I think even said, you have a low, you have a higher low. That's an uptrend. So you're in an uptrend. Unless you take out this low and go below 10 cents, then I would remain bullish for Casper. So I like what I'm seeing. Watch it bounce back up. And a month from now, likely consolidating, getting ready for its next big move. People won't even remember what they said. Yeah. I bought it at about a penny, man. So we're still up 12x. Real wealth is being at peace with oneself. Amen. Amen. Round the bottom pays the bills. When you buy a Ferrari, no matter how long you've had it, every time you punch it, you get giddy. I agree with that. I saw a dude's Ferrari last night, and then he drove away, and it was like, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, that's kind of cool. Young Peasy. So Peasy, I don't know what happened to this thing. Looks like it got pounded to the ground. This is what you're looking at. I don't even want to look at it again, all right? Looks like a rug pull to me, though. Could it begin its next move? You never know. I don't know. I'm all set. And how do we get cash so low? Being in the 99. Crypto Billy, God bless you, man. Thank you for always spreading love and positivity. People get scared about discoins. Yeah, they want to buy high. They don't want to buy low. Lifer, could you pull up Moonwell? Yes, I can. Well, USDT here on Coinbase Moonwell. Wow, that thing is mooning so dang well. It's ridiculous. I remember someone telling me it's a good moon well once it hits Coinbase. It went from 3 to 6 cents. It basically did 100% gains. Maybe even a little more there. 90%. But what a move for Moonwell. And pumped so hard today. Pumping right now as we speak. Same concept here. Let's take a look at it on the 4-hour time frame. So it did a beautiful support of resistance flip. All right, and Bitcoin at 68,220. All right. In case you needed to know over here. And there I can give you the Bitcoin ticker as needed. Okay. Yeah, we all knew the song that was coming up next because, like, it's by, like, you know, it's like the album when you listen to it over and over again, you know what that, yeah. I mean, that's the rising wedge that looks to me like it could begin its next big move. Up to 8 cents. So here's the deal. Once something starts to moon well, it moons well. It could pump a little more, come back, and then it's going to make a flag here at one point and retouch that 21-day moving average. When it does that, that's when I would think to get in. I'm thinking of swing trading this, and I want to do it at the right time as it happens, right? So I'm thinking of that. That's something that I want to happen. Moonwell looks really bullish. Let me put an alert on that so I don't lose it, because that might, Moonwell's hot, and it looks like it's going to be hot for a while. Let's take a look at Pendle. Pendle on my radar. I like Pendle as the one of the first coins to come back quickly because it had good utility and people liked the protocol. So you knew once everyone kind of felt better, they would run back into it right again, and that would create a bit of a move. So Pendle was always on my radar as something that I believe would pump back faster than most. I remember I was saying this to everybody. I don't know if you remember. It was like my thesis here. But then we call this SR flip right there, right, for Pendle. And there's Pendle going for the gold. Just making gains in 8 days. Yeah, but up 31%. Pendle, man, you gotta love it. And it looks like it might come up or down. Bitcoin, it's in kind of this. But if it starts to consolidate and get tight, and then we're looking for the bigger move to the upside for Pendle. If it breaks out and retest, that would be even better and more beautiful. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have to consider any downside at all, but I still see that possible shoulder, shoulder, head, or right shoulder. Pendle just looks bullish to me over time, and I know it has utility. And look at it, it's above the 200 MA. Let's take a look at it on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Definitely some bearish div there, even there on the 1 hour time frame. I expect some type of pullback. Maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it's just somewhere down to 440. But I do expect some type of pullback for Pendle. But once it does that pullback, I would be ready to rock again for more gains. This thing is hot. Very close to, it's the springboard. And remember, it's all-time high, way up there, somewhere at 741. I have no fear. Pendle is here, man. The Loop Network just crossed the daily 200 MA. See, whenever I see that, it tells me a pump is coming. Stokes are everything should show signs of overboughtness. And then so in the back of your mind, you have to remind yourself, wow, that's, you know, and then you see this tightness and you're like, if this thing breaks out, well, the daily's telling me that it's very, very bullish. So the daily's saying, hey, there's an alert here, right? Something going on with Loop. And I'm like, all right. Tight moving averages, and again, it could easily dump, but I like what I'm seeing here. Stochastics, tight moving averages. The Loop Network, this could do some damage tonight. I'd watch this very closely, set an alert here, and let it cook. Loop. Sometimes I just pick a coin out of nowhere. I don't know how or why even, and it just, you know. But I like Loop for what it looks like. Look at that consolidation. And it doesn't seem to be at Bitcoin's whim right now. It doesn't, you know, it may be too small of a market cap to even care. So Loop Network, baby, Loop Network. So it's flagging on the 4. And so it's flagging on the 4 hour and, you know, above the 200 on the daily. And that's just something that I always kind of include. So, boss, can we please do a TA and go Key of Crypto? Thank you. It's just super low, man. Yeah. GFI's beat up. It's on CoinEx. It's like some insider keeps whale selling it or something. But to me, look, it looks like it's going to come down to the bottom of the trend. That would be great. Bounce off of 156. And that might be its final last low, right? Before it starts to really pick off. It's hugging high. You know, there's your low, there's your high, there's your higher low, higher high, higher low. As long as we keep it above that 134, we should be able to pump. Time will take some time, you know, take some time. If you feel uncomfortable, you got to do whatever makes you right, you know. I like this coin, Axelar. Always hard to find the ticker though. Someone said it's getting a little pump. I just wanted to see it. Axelar USD on Coinbase. Doing well the last 4 or 5 weeks too. You can see all these coins came from the depths, 50 cents to 87, breaking above what? The 200 MA on the daily just now. So you kind of zoom in and you want to see smaller time frame. Pretty wacky what it did there. It had the breakout, fake out, came back inside, then eventually did break out. I mean, it looks so clean on the 3-3 minute. The 3-3-3, look at that. Ding. This looks like it wants to kind of maybe do something. I'd watch this flag on the 15. You never know. There may be some more here. On the smaller time frames, the bigger one says that this may, you know, this may really want to go on to something big, because where's your, you know, you got above all the moving averages, so you'd be looking for some liquidity back to 111. Very likely you could hit a buck in a 111 not too long from now. This looks bullish. I'd wait for this flag to touch on the 1 hour, and I might even take the trade myself. Okay. Let's take a look at our baby MYRO. And I hold MYRO. I like MYRO a lot. One of my favorite coins. Helium Mobile, please. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Shout out to Paper Toasty for the $5 super chat. May God bless you. Thank you for being here. And honestly, I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it. I really wouldn't. I'd go put my feet up, sit in my jacuzzi, and relax on a Saturday night. But I love being here with each and every one of you, and it makes me happy and it makes me whole, and I feel complete. So I do what I got to do. I started this channel because I just wanted to do something that I loved. I labor of love and keep pushing until it got me somewhere, and that's what happened. I couldn't have wrote it out in my wildest dreams how everything was going to play out. But blessings on blessings forever for anyone that ever helped me get where I'm at today and continues to support me. I love you, and if you have a dream, I'd like to, find out what it is, and if there's any way I could contribute to your dream, you please let me know. For each and every one of you have contributed to my dreams and to my lifestyle and to, you know what I mean? It's like I always wanted to teach, go on YouTube every single day, and you guys helped my channel grow, so I had a purpose. If that channel didn't grow, it would have been pretty sad and depressing, right? And I know people that have worked hard and it didn't work out for them, and they stopped doing YouTube. Now, I would have kept doing it until I made it. I think I made that utterly clear, and I think eventually it was going to happen. And some people say it's still not, it could be better. It could be worse. I'm just so grateful for what I do have. I'm so grateful for the subscribers that I do have. Remind me every time to never, ever get into that state of mind where you're not realizing how special everything is. And I've been really holding gratitude close to my heart. It's been very close to my heart. $73,170 subscribers, on our way to 74,000. Thank you so much for all the love, everybody. Yeah, so I like what MYRO's doing here with the daily. Look for the daily to come down, retest these carriers. It may not even lose this one here. See how it's a very tight channeled group of space there, right there. But if it gets in there, that's a buy zone, I believe. Anywhere between 10 cents and 9.5, anywhere in there is just wow. And then once it cracks that daily 200 MA, it is gone. It got above the 12-hour 200 MA, the 22, and it's just gonna have to go for the daily now. Look at the 2-hour. Even looks like it can be bullishly pumping to the upside here in a second. Just be careful. It is a meme. You never know. I hold MYRO. We'll see what happens to it. I'm poor, barely hanging on to the 90 when trying not to get right. I'm poor at, yeah. Thanks for all your efforts, Sam. You help, man. Yeah. You'll be get there, man. It starts with, first of all, not knowing anything about trading at all, right? Poorly hanging on is better than the guy that doesn't even know trading exists, because he'll never really understand it or use it to his advantage. So I always say, man, it's baby steps, one step at a time, and you add as you grow. Yeah, MYRO looks really nice on the 8-hour time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if MYRO makes some local gains here. And thank you for putting that in my head there, MYRO, baby, MYRO. Blessings on blessings for each and every one of you for being here on my live. Thank you. Thank you. I'm back, boss. Any update on the Bitcoin? Any upside? Same thing, man. I never forget the 19K coin we bought together on the live. It's a memory I'll never forget. So thank you, Sammy. You family to me always. God bless you, man. I can't wait for you to quit your job and hang out and work your dream job one day and do what makes you happy. Seems like you're already in such a good mood all the time, but we can always enhance everything in life. MYRO looks very interesting to me. 5-to-1 risk reward ratio. Could even bring it lower and still keep that 3-to-1, which is pretty crazy. I like that there at 4-to-1. You get it in the middle, not too greedy. It's all about not being too greedy. Remember, there's people swing trading, people getting in, people learning about new coins. Every single week I do my weekly screen share where I go over my whole portfolio, talk about kind of what I'm into, what I'm not, why I'm into it, what's going on. And it's really good, and it's really insightful because it's like in real time each week. Tangent KRC support in 2 weeks. Interesting. Is there another hurricane headed towards Florida? It looks like there's two brewing. We'll see. I look at max velocity, and he does have two storms kind of on the horizon there that I just saw today. So we will see. We will see. KUJI on my radar, as you can see, getting up. You can say how many times am I going to say? But getting above the daily 200 MA, making some type of interesting flag. Kujira. Looks like you could make some numbers here to 70 cents. So that's what I'm possibly looking at for that move here. As it gets tighter too, it gets more likely that consolidation could lead to a move to the upside. KUJI. That would be 65% gains above the 200 MA. I mean, got the golden cross. It's all looking like a big move is coming for KUJI. And the trading group, I'll say high risk, but it's always worth watching, you know, regardless of what people are kind of looking at. So yeah, those birds, man, slow mowing the birds. That was awesome. I just had a good time watching the sunset tonight. Is that Peters out there, man? What's good, y'all? Hola, Brandon. Hola. Yeah. It was a beautiful day today. It really was, man, here in sunny Florida. I don't know where you guys live, but it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like Unizen on the daily, that's the first higher low. I know I'm calling it, but like that's your bottom right there. This is it. It's likely gonna pump from here, and it's gonna pump to the 200, and then if it crosses it, it's gonna go even higher. But realistically, I see a 14 cent from a 7 and 9 cent. Third higher low in a row. And the Stokes about to turn up hard. That to me looks like a likely move, even though it's not your, the best, but it's very low. But that's your, that's how it would be, and we would pump out of that. ZCX Horizon. There's a lot of ZX, there's a lot of this different ZX stuff out here. That's, you really want to study this stuff over time and see how it plays out. Wax P, tight moving averages. They like to pump up to the 200 MA. You could look at coin after coin. This will pump up to the they'll just keep doing it to the point of no return. Take a look what happened to CELO there. Interesting. So CELO fell out of the pattern, broke back inside the pattern. Then it kind of went out to the upside. It did get above the high there, but price action is just completely unpredictable. End of the day, you could just flag this out and say, hey, I mean, it looks pretty bullish to me. That's strong bearish divvy, but I guess bearish divergence just will get negated when it's this hot. So I watched CELO. It looks like it could continue to pump out this flag on the 1 hour time frame and just not care about anything else. Synapse looks hot to me. See how it's got that cup and handle. And then if you have this, a lot of coins have been kind of doing something similar to this here. So, I mean, that's getting tighter and tighter in the zone with the stochastics getting lower. I wouldn't be surprised if that decides to boom out. 84 cents is the target too there for Sin. And no, I don't know anything about this coin. I wasn't paid to talk about or any of that nonsense. I'm just looking at something that makes sense to me. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I go over what I see. If I was alone, this would be interesting to me. Bearish div on all the other time frames too, The daily is a little over beat. The It's got to cross that 200 MA for me to be like, you know. But it's very close. So if this pumped on the 3-day and you got to here, you knew that was the daily getting crossed. And then if it continues to pump, you know you got the 200 MA with you. It's got some cool premise to it. You know, when you break it down. Interesting premise. Okay. What's it do beside your guy's name mean? I don't know. Is there a next few months are going to be so much fun? I can see it in the charting. More alt setups coming out. It's coming. Oh, it's going to be like all the time. Constant. Show us the Rolex and the Post Malone song. What are you saying, man? Prime analysis, please. Prime looks hot too. Synapse on MEXC. Alerts on Syn. If you know how to set alerts, lifers, help the newbies. If you know how to set alerts, explain how we do them. Explain how we just put a vertical line, put the alert on it. When we cross that line, you'll get alerted to the coin. You know, and you can add more alerts or 3 in a row, and that way you're just kind of in tune to the movement because it's going to cross that no matter what. If you put a high level and never hits it, then the alert. But this way you kind of know for sure kind of what's going to be coming your way. And, you know, I could do this with y'all. I could do it alone, and I'm probably going to finish off alone. But I see some more hot coins in the game here that I want to give to the people that are just awesomely joining the trading group and throwing down, man. So I got some more to share, but I want to keep it hush hush. We actually posted a lot today. We went over a lot of different concepts and ideas. Stay tuned. I don't take days off just because it's the weekend. I'm always here kind of grinding, looking for ways to improve your entire trading experience. So anything I can do to enhance that in some way, shape, or form and, you know, help you understand some probabilities that you haven't thought about before, I believe that's just amazing. Shout out to Crypto Pollo in the house. Is matching wife soon? They make a husband and wife Rolex. You're funny, man. Thank you, everybody. Tao, been bearish for a while now. What happened? It has hit bottom. Is it possible for Bitcoin to pump a lot and alts not move much? Super chat Helium. Let's take a look at HNT. And thank you so much for the super chats. We appreciate each and every one of you. The Helium Network token. So it's just really been dumping. Last couple days, it had a little bit of a pump. Very early on MEXC. Remember, it came out in August on MEXC. So let's look at it somewhere else, just because for charting perspective, KuCoin has been there for a while. Oh, but the Helium Network token, HNT. Yeah. You can see I said it's going to pump out that flag, and it did, but then it gave most of those gains back, and it clearly didn't go all the way to the target. I mean, you kind of, when I start looking at stuff like this, is this. And it's likely going to consolidate on a really large scale. And this comes up, comes down, and then it's going to retest the top and break out. Likely hit a bit of resistance around here, come on down, come back up, break it, retest, and be on our way to the target. It does look like eventually it's going to push up, and you're going to see it somewhere at $17, somewhere by January. Like the next 3 months look like a massive rally is going to ensue on this market. Shout out to Paul Wood. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Sue the Hurricane. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Wow, that's crazy. Master from French. Well, video is most helpful. Amen. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. GF Burke and the whole crew that makes this stream absolutely amazing every single Saturday night. Saturday nights are tough for me. Usually spend a lot of time in the sun. You know, today we went out. I did have some Gelato. Sorry, gelato. I like gelato. I wasn't serious with the gelato. I wouldn't do that to you. But the thing, but I did do it to you. That's the thing. I shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry. Gelato. I can't stop. I got like gelato terror. You know, we're getting tighter in the zone, and the moving average is above us. That's just a screaming, yes, ma'am. We're on our way up. To the Woo Network too, which is strong, starts to get some love. Once this market comes back, it'll be quick with that Woo. And what's a Woo to do? All the way up to about 28 cents for Woo. All right, I have a bag of Sim. I love your thoughts. I watch you every day since I found you. Much love. Shout out to MathBot. Sim, SYM. Let's take a look. Simverse, is that what it is? Sim or symbol? I think it's symbol, right? But that's XYM. A bag of NYM. Right? NYM. New York Mets, dude. I love the Mets, dude. NYM. Let's take a look. What is this thing? It's everywhere. Next generation privacy, engineering some of the world's leading research scientists and developers at world-class universities. MixNet providing privacy at network level. Credentials providing privacy at application, and New York Token rewards those who run the system, making it sustainable and scalable in the long run. Goes full stack, had the ICO in February 2022. They're airdropping May 16th. That ended. NYM on MEXC. Let's take a look here. Wow, there's so much opportunity out here. I'm so leveraged into it. This thing looks like it got rugged, right? So, I don't know. It looks pretty beat. I would probably stay away from this thing. Look at it. I mean, people are like, oh, but it's just the bear market lows. Man, I guess it was a new coin. It's got to prove itself, but I wouldn't touch it unless it got above the daily 200 MA as low as it's taking it, because that means the daily 200 MA is going to be somewhere like here if we ever do get above it. That could be a beautiful trade. But man, that thing is beat to the ground. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say. Like, the support and resistance is horrible. It's just, the lower lows, lower high, like it's given up all the way to the downside. Yeah. You're the best, Emmy. Shout out to Raquel Mina, hairdresser. We love you. Thank you. You people uplift me with the gift. At least it didn't say but dry. Right, yeah. What's it would do but 10? You guys are crazy. Autocorrect on Super Chat is lame. You're funny. Don't give me, man. You need to get it. Gelato. I know, right? You're funny. Master friend, remember you were teaching me so much the graphs I'll never forget. And look, we are now on Bitcoin. Thank you, my friend. Our friend, like always. Amen, man. Shout out to friend, man. Moonwell. We talked about Moonwell. Mooning well. It is doing that to the upside. Damage all around. Damage all around. And there's just so many coins I put out to the trading group tonight, like that you could be just taking a look at, looking at a flag, setting an alert on, watching closely. And if it's hot, we're all over it. Remember YFI? It's been a long time. Remember? Oh, wow. That's when you know the market's changing. When I start doing YFI, like you're in fine. When's the last time I talked about YFI? But look, it almost did kind of a bit of a triple bottom. Hanging on by a thread there on that daily, the 2-day chart. But tight moving average is starting to get a bend. Can it bend and get back above the 200 MA? And can everything change? Wow, though, year in finance. Just funny, I haven't thought about it in a long time. Yearn, baby, yearn. Smaller time frames look to me like there could be some love. Like this has some flag vibes. get a little tighter, only a matter of time. And that's even just a scalp there, altcoin trade scalp for YFI. You're in finance. I bet it's still like 10, 20. Yeah. And that's 3.5%. A 10x leverage is 35%, right? There's thoughts. I don't, you do whatever makes you happy. Wow. So yeah, there's a lot to go over. The market is flipping and changing drastically fast before your eyes. You'll wake up tomorrow morning and who knows where we will be. You really want to get yourself set up each week if you can. Even Saturday, here's a good time to like DCA into coins that no one's talking about right now. It's not going to be easy to buy the coins when no one cares about them. But everyone wants to buy the coin when it's, oh yeah, that's the one to do it. Like it's so simple, but you're gonna have to take a shot at one point where no one else is buying something, and you're the, you only know you and a few other people that are buying it, and you have to be, positive that your research stands the test of time, and you put in enough work that you know what you've done and you know what you can get out of what you put in. Little scalp there, but it is starting to show a bigger picture move here. The picture window over there sends it, and look at the gap in the VRVP. It would bring it right to that node, somewhere at about like 5,381. So wow, what a beautiful time to be alive. Funny, YFI back in the mix, XEC back in the, just some of these old privacy chains too. I mean, what I like about this one, it's starting to make that falling wedge. It does have descending triangle vibes, though. I like to watch to see what happens with this one. I'm more bullish than bearish, though. And again, they're all in this bigger channel that eventually wants to break out. Isn't it crazy how like we all can see exactly what is going on both sides so transparently? And you'd think why, but it just is what it is, right? Look how tight that is. Look for that to stay super tight and above the 200 MA. I see a move coming for this. This is consolidation. These are higher lows. These things are starting to want to kind of start that move up. And it's October where they print money. It just all makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me. And I could be completely wrong, but to me, from my TA, this says hot to trot. You watched the macro analysis video that we put out yesterday. I hope you did. It changed your perspective or made you kind of solidify what I said before. Spot on from last week, right? Never steered you wrong. And we'll go over it every week to make sure that we're calling ourselves out to show you what we did and did not get right. And so far, we've been absolutely nailing it. Shout out to everybody. Just, glancing at the bigger overall market. I'll just give you crypto bubbles for a second here too. In the last hour, nothing really moving, all right? Quiet. In the day, we had some Pendle there, the one that I was talking about. Funny. And in the last week, we've had some nice movement. Doge, Wild, Axie, Pendle, Litecoin, a lot of green. Last month, it's been awesome for these alts. They've bounced back strong. And market has come back really nicely for these altcoins. So I'm happy to see that. And it's strong. 68,000 for Bitcoin. We're kind of sitting flat. I don't expect really anything to come out of this up or down until we end that weekly close. But trust the TA. Look at the TA. And like we said, you're watching the 7-minute here, which dipped. Can it get back inside? Can this flag out? Looks pretty bad to me, actually. Just got to hold that higher low, please. And then we can move on. And then the resistance right there at that POC. We got to break out, flip that, and then move up to 68.9. Otherwise, we can fall back down to 67.8. And then your next level is 67,350. Okay. There's Doge, Dogo to the moon here, dog. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing does get legs and continues to rip. From my assessment here, it looks good. Starting to get very tight too as well, which I like to see. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So one thing I wanted to talk about today was how St. Armand Circle, I said it before, but it was just completely devastated. Really sad, you know, to see a place you used to go and just really, like, I used to vacation here all the time. I remember I came here for vacation and I was all booked up, and then I showed up and, like, it'd just be such a different type of feel, different type of vibe. Very, very interesting. I like that. But look, that's getting tight. Dogo to the moon. Looks like something can come of that. Okay, and someone said, did you look at Doge? I mean, mooning, but I do see it making some type of flag here, right? Like we drew that, remember, this morning on the live or something. Here we are 12 hours later, just crazy hours later, maybe the day before even. Again, if Bitcoin decides to pump, everything's just going to turn up and pump. It's going to say, hey, we don't care. And right now it SR flips. So like, if Bitcoin rips, everything's going to go on a rip. And it almost looks like we might have a Sunday rip tomorrow. Could be some type of historical move. We'll see. But it looks like, that could flip us pretty bullish. 17. Shout out to Master Friend, the people's friend. Amen. Amen. Squeeze incoming. D shuffle. Yeah, Sunday night is one lit. For sure it is. For sure. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm likely going to shut it down. I guess some Saturday nights I'm usually like, yo, let's go, right? Shout out to each and every one of you. It was a beautiful day. Blessings on blessings. Come back tomorrow. Said Become an Eddie can do it all. Trading, motivational speaking, announcing, impressions, comedy, rapping, business development, and personal development. It's all here, man. Thank you, Crypto Billy. I love you, man. I can do some of that, right? Somewhat. Look for Doge. I mean, Doge might come down here, make this broadening falling wedge, and continue to pump. Target would take it to 17.25. Everybody, I love you. I thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful live. Bitcoin's been at the exact same price all day long, almost pointless to watch. I'm happy I had fun with my kids and my family, and we checked in the charts. Altcoins are doing their thing. And, just look at your flags, look at your coins above the 200 MA on that daily, and then start pressing on the smaller time frames to scalp them or hold them long term and do it. But, whatever makes you happy, you got to get that education. But I can kind of show you exactly where these things are about to get lit and how I take advantage of what's called the discount. And then I wait months and months for premium. Everybody, I love you and I appreciate you so much. May you have a wonderful night. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. This is the Crypto Lifer Show. I will see you tomorrow morning. We're going to go over Bitcoin again and the weekly candle close Sunday night. And we're going to break it down for you every single day. I do a show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. We don't miss that show. We do it because it's that important to us to make sure we hit. Shout out to my whole team that makes the show happen. Shout out to everyone here, the moderators, the whole crew, and each and every one of you that shows up. If you sent a comment today, super chat, or were part of the gang, I really appreciate that. Even more, that's extracurricular, and we greatly appreciate it. Last but not least, GF Burke. People want a despot. What is a despot? If I had 1K spare, what would you go into today? Happy with a short or long term? You know, long term, short term. SEI, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've been in a bag of them over here. Thank you. We went over the Bedfall Mountain Drive. It was wonderful. Oh, that sounds amazing. We went on a Bedfall Mountain Drive. What is a Bedfall? But a Fall Mountain Drive. Sounds awesome, man. Sounds awesome. Everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here for the night. May God bless you all. I said goodbye 1,000 times. I might as well say it again. But blessings to each and every one of you. And we went over a lot of coins, showed a lot of setups, posted things to the trading group. It's been fun. There's flags all over the place. Position yourself properly. Let's get it, baby. This is where your education shines. If you've been with me for a while, this is where you really take your trading to the next level and make me proud. Let's do it. Stay focused, stay fresh. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. Stay blessed, everyone. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for everything.